Okay, you remember time conversions? Okay, good. Add all the sides. Yes, area of a circle. Okay, we haven't got to area yet, but we did perimeter of a circle. Good. Tabile, nice. Ben, we add all the sides together. So we looked at our normal shapes, squares and rectangles, as well as, I've just gone into load shedding. Pi times radius squared. That is the correct formula for area of a circle. Do we remember going through 2 pi r? Or to work out the perimeter of a circle, we could say pi times diameter. And just to remind ourselves, when we deal with circles, from the midpoint to the edge, that is called our radius. And if we are looking from one edge of the circle to the other, that is our diameter. So if we have the diameter and we need the radius, we could just say diameter divide by 2. Okay. Okay, and we have Hugo joining us as the TA tonight. So if you have any issues with regards to technical issues or anything, Hugo is here to help us. He saved the day. Okay. So we looked at full circles last week. So now we're going to look at calculating the circumference of a semicircle. Semicircle is also known as half a circle. Remember, the word circumference just means the perimeter, but specifically for a circle. Does anyone have an idea of what we can do to work out the circumference of a semicircle? Do you think our formula changes? Half pi times radius. Okay, so close. So we can use our usual formulas that we just went through. Okay, so we can either say 2 pi r or pi times d, but the main thing is that we times by half at the end of the formula because we are looking at half a circle, and we also need to remember that we have a flat side now. Okay, so let's have a look. If I use the formula as per normal, so I like using this one, okay, because when we deal with quarter circles and 3/4 circles, you'll see that we use the radius for that. So my usual formula, 2 pi r, I'm going to times by half. This is going to give me the perimeter of the round side of the circle. I am then going to say plus the diameter because we do have the diameter on this side. Remember, perimeter is the outline of the whole 2D shape. So the first part of my formula, 2 pi r times half, gives me the curved edge of the circle. And then I'm going to add the diameter because I've got this flat edge over here. Okay. Now, I'm going to quickly work this out. We are going to use pi is equal to 3,142 because that is asked quite often. So let's just get into that habit. So if I substitute into this formula, it is 2 times 3,142. My radius is half my diameter. So to get the radius, I would say 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Okay, times by half, and I add the diameter, which is 6. That gives us an answer of 15,43 centimeters. So our units are just normal. There's no squared or cubed involved. It is just the perimeter, so just the outline. Does everyone understand how we have changed our formula to suit half a circle? So it's still the same formulas for circumference. We just times by the size of the circle. So because it's half a circle, we take the formula and we times by half. And then we just need to remember to add the flat side. Okay, if you're feeling confident, I'm going to ask you guys to try question 2 for me so long. If not, let me know if you have any queries in the chat. Okay, so I've seen that I need to explain again quickly. I'm just going to create space here. Okay, so for those of you that are still struggling, our normal formula to work out the area of a full circle is circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, now I've adjusted the shape. It's now half a circle. Okay, so I'm going to use the same formula, 2 pi r, but I'm going to times by half because that is the size of the circle we're looking at. However, that part only gives me the rounded edge of the circle. So we only get that side of the circle. But remember, perimeter is the sum of all the sides. We have a flat side, and that flat side is called our diameter. Because remember, one edge of the circle to the other is known as the diameter. So that is why I add the diameter. So I've just adjusted the formula to suit this shape. Okay, so I've taken the normal circumference formula, I've times it by half because we're looking at half a circle, and I've added diameter because we have a flat side to the circle. How are we going with question 2? Do we have any answers? Nice, Ben. Good. Yes, Hannah. Nice. Musa and yes. Okay, we're getting the right answer. So let's quickly go through this. Using the formula 2 pi r times half, because we're looking at half a circle, and we need to add the flat edge of the circle, which is our diameter. Say 2 times pi is equal to 3,142. The radius is half our diameter. So the diameter is 10 divided by 2, so the radius is 5. So substitute 5 into the formula and I times by half because it is half a circle. Alternatively, you can just divide by 2 at the end. And we add the diameter, the flat piece of our circle, and that gives you an answer of 25,71 centimeters. Yes, just remember 2 decimal places unless they say otherwise, and always include your unit. Okay, I think you guys have got this down. Can we try number 3 quickly? Don't put any answers in the chat just yet. Just want to give everyone a chance because I know some were still listening to my second explanation. Hey, if you have any answers, let's see them. Nice. Just check your units. It's 3 meters, so our answer needs to be in meters. Nice. Looks like we're all getting the hang of this. Okay, so substituting all the necessary information into our formula. Okay, our radius is equal to 3 divided by 2, which gives us 1,5 meters times by half because it's half a circle. And we add the diameter, which is 3. And we get an answer of 7,71 meters. Okay. So I threw a little bit of a curveball here by asking you to work out the perimeter of half a circle. So now we know how to work out the perimeter of a full circle, half a circle. Are we ready to try work out the perimeter of a quarter circle? So once again, our formula is going to change. But it's still based on the same thing. Remember, we have a curved part. In order for us to work out the perimeter of the curved part, we still need our 2 pi r part of the formula. The pi times radius gives us the curved part. However, this time, we don't have the diameter. We actually have our radius over here and radius over here. Okay, remember, it's from middle of the circle to the edge, middle of the circle to the edge. So just like we did with half a circle, I'm going to take my usual circumference formula times by the size of the circle. The size of the circle is a quarter. It's a quarter circle. So I'm timesing by a quarter this time. And I'm adding the flat edges of the circle. So it is 2 times radius, or you can say radius plus radius. That will give you the flat part, the green part. Does this make sense? Hannah, in the exam, do we need to include the calculation of the substitution? Yes. Also just check the mark allocation. But generally they want you to have a method. You normally get a method mark, so just substitute, yeah. Okay, radius, you only divide by 2 if they've given you the diameter. In this instance, they have given us the radius. So if we look at a circle, here's the midpoint. We are basically looking at this section of the circle. Can we agree that the radius from middle to edge, so the radius is from the middle to the edge. Diameter is from this side to the other side. So we divided by 2 in the previous one because we had the diameter. We had one edge to the other edge, the distance from one edge to the other, and we needed the radius specifically in our formula. So that is why we divided by 2 here. Okay, so just to re-explain the formula, remember this is the same formula. This is the original formula. 2 pi r is our normal formula. I am timesing by a quarter because it is a quarter circle, just like we did previously when I times by half, because it was half a circle. Then remember, we added the diameter, but in this instance, we don't have a diameter. We have 2 radiuses, which can also be seen as one full diameter, but it's not visually the same. Okay, so we have a radius on this side and radius on this side. The radius is 2 millimeters. That side and that side. So the bracket is going to give us the perimeter of the curved section. And then we add our radius, because remember, perimeter, we add all the sides together. We have 2 flat sides and 1 rounded side. Okay, so looking at this formula, can I ask you to try this first question for me, please? Again, I know I haven't mentioned it, but please use pi is equal to 3,142. It's pretty much always asked like that in the exam, so let's just get used to using that value. Okay, do we have answers? Okay, I'm getting very different answers. So let's look at it. It is 2 times pi is 3,142 times our radius. Don't need to work it out. It's given to us. Our radius is 2 times 1/4 plus 2 times our radius is 2. So 2 times 2. Okay, when I calculate the first bracket, I get 12,568 plus my second bracket is 4. Let me just check the story. Sorry. I wrote this down wrong. Okay, thanks, Koketso. I don't know what I wrote down when I did this earlier. Okay, so first bracket is 3,142. Then we add the 2 radiuses on either side, and we get 7,14. Nice, Oratile. Nice, Onesu. Yes. Okay. Tarato, raise a hand. Yes. Let me hear it.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am. I just wanted to ask, what topic is this?
Measurement.
Pardon?
But particularly perimeter. We're looking at perimeter at the moment.
Oh, perimeter. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, pleasure. Okay, so any questions? Can we try question 2 now? So remember, we're working out the perimeter or the circumference of a quarter circle. So we have to adjust our formula. So we use our usual circumference formula. We times by the size of the circle we're looking at. So we're looking at a quarter circle. And then we have 2 flat sides, and they are called the radius. There's 2 of them. So I say radius times 2, or you can just add radius plus radius. Okay, let me know when you have your answer. Nice. Fantastic. Okay, so we're substituting all the necessary information into our formula. Our radius is 10, and times by 1/4. And I add 10 times 2, which gives us 35,71 centimeters, which it looks like most of you got. Okay, so don't forget we need 2 decimal places and our units. Okay, so if this was for 3 marks, you would need to show this bracket, the second bracket, and your final answer. If they gave it to you for 4 to 5 marks, you would actually need to work out your brackets in another step and then give us your answer. Okay, so always look at the mark allocation to see how many steps you need to do. But if it's more than 2 marks or 2 marks or more, you need to show your substitution step. If it is more than 3 marks, you need to actually work out the brackets and then give us your final answer. Okay, so how are we feeling about calculating the circumference or the perimeter of a circle? A little bit better? Was it a bit of a shock to the system? So working out quarter circles is not a very common question or shape, but semicircles are quite common, and they like to combine semicircles and rectangles, for example, which we will look at. Are we okay? Can we move on to our next shape? Let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Yes, next step. Okay. So nice and easy. Remember, perimeter is the easy part of measurement. We just add in all the sides together. Circle is probably the most complicated shape when it comes to perimeter. But let's move on to triangles. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to quickly work out the perimeter of all 3 of these triangles. They are in imperial units, but that doesn't matter. Okay, let me see some answers for the first triangle. Or all of them. Nice. Okay, so for the first one, remember perimeter, all we do is add all the sides together. So it is 4 plus 4 plus 4 gives you 12 yards. Okay, perimeter of the second triangle, what did we get? Yes, the 22s have it. Good. So it is 9 plus 4 plus 9. Doesn't matter what order you put it in. Okay, and you get 22 inches. And the third triangle, we got an answer of, yes, 36. Okay, so 15 plus 9 plus 12 is 36 feet. Don't forget the units. Okay, so nice and easy. Like I said, circles are the more complicated one when it comes to perimeter. But now let's just step it up a little bit with triangles. So at grade 12 level, we might be faced with a situation. What happens if we are missing a side of a right angle triangle? Does anyone know what happens? If we look at this work example, how would I figure out that missing side? Yes, Ayabonga and Ben. We use Pythagoras. Okay, and does anyone know the formula for Pythag? Might be a bit difficult to put in the chat. Okay, so it is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Okay, it's just something that you, so I spelled this wrong. Need to remember, whenever you think about triangles and you have a missing side, they're not going to tell you to use Pythagoras to work out the missing side. You need to just know that that's how you're going to work it out. It's the only way you can work it out. Remember, Pythagoras only works for right angle triangles. The side that is opposite our right angle is called our hypotenuse. Okay, the hypotenuse is represented by c squared. And then it does not matter which side you label as A and B. So C is always the hypotenuse, the angle, sorry, the side across from our 90-degree angle. So to work out the hypotenuse would be the hypotenuse squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So let's have a look at how we'd use this formula in the worked example. So we are working out C squared. So it stays c squared is equal to, I've just labeled the one side A, which is 6 squared, plus B side, which is 8 squared. And then work that out. So 6 squared is 36, plus 8 squared is 64. C squared is equal to 100. And to get rid of our square, we have to square root. So C is equal to 10 centimeters. And that is how we work out our missing side. So we always use this formula. Plug it into your calculator, get your answer, and square root your answer so we can get what C is equal to. Okay. Going to go up just a little bit. If you're ready and confident, I'm going to ask you to please try the first triangle of exercise 2. If you have any questions, let us know in the chat. Oh, nice. We've got an answer already. Okay, can I ask that you also give me the perimeter of these two shapes? So work out the missing side as well as the perimeter. Okay, so I see we got the missing side for the first one, and we have the perimeter as well. Fantastic. So using our Pythag formula, okay, it doesn't matter which side you label as A or B. Okay, C squared is equal to 4 squared plus 3 squared, which is C squared is equal to 16 plus 9, which is 25. Square root C is equal to 5 centimeters. And therefore our perimeter is, add all the sides together, so it's 4 plus 5 plus 3, which gives us 12 centimeters, which most of you got. Well done. Okay, question 2, or the second triangle. Let's see some answers. Okay, missing side is 15. Good. Okay, so that is 9 squared plus 12 squared. So in total, that gives you 225. Square root C is equal to 15, and therefore our perimeter is 9 plus 15 plus 12, which equals 36 centimeters. Good. Okay. So now, of course, it's not always going to be as simple as here's a triangle, here's a missing side, work it out and get the perimeter. They are most probably going to combine these shapes in an exam. So let's have a look at these two shapes first. It says calculate the perimeter of the below shapes. So as we can see, it's a combination of two rectangles in these two scenarios. Okay, so let's take a moment to quickly look at them. In order to work out the perimeter, we add all sides together. However, we are missing the side over here. Do we have any takers on how we are going to work out this missing side so that we can calculate the perimeter? Okay. Okay, good. So we can see that 5, well, this side equals 5, so up to there will equal 5, and over here is 4 centimeters, so the rest of it will be 4 centimeters. So if I say 5 plus 4, this side will equal 9 centimeters. So for the perimeter, we are just worried about the sides. We're not worried about the area. So for perimeter, we are just going to add all the sides together. So I'm going to start with the side I just worked out. 9 centimeters plus 6 plus 4. Oh, I see we're missing another side here. Okay. We know that this full side is 8 centimeters. From here to here is 6. So that means this little stretch is going to be 8 minus 6, which is 2 centimeters. So I'm going to put that into my formula. 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 8. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. So I've accounted for all sides. What is the perimeter of this shape? Jimmy, I just want to check again quickly. I'm getting 34. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, I see the 34 is coming in. Great. Okay, so it looks like we understand calculating the missing sides. I'm going to ask you to do the next shape for me. So there's 2 missing sides again. Sure, you guys are fast. Okay. So our missing side over here is 13 meters. I took the 5 plus the 8. And this side over here is equal to 9 meters. I took the 6 plus the 3. So perimeter is add all the sides together. 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 13 plus 9. Let's see what we are getting. 44 meters. Good. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now you've looked at a combination of 2 rectangles. Okay, we know how to work out missing sides, and remember perimeter, we just add everything together. We don't need to overcomplicate it yet. Okay, now let's check out the next 2. Here is our challenge question. Okay, I told you they're going to love asking you semicircles and combining the shapes that we know. So the first one, we have a semicircle attached to a rectangle. We just need to know the perimeter. So I'm going to ask you guys to quickly try just A for me. My hint to you is that it is half a circle. However, we are not adding the diameter because the diameter is on the inside of this shape. Remember, perimeter is the outline only, so we do not add the diameter this time because it's on the inside of the shape. That is my hint. Do not add the diameter. Okay, just going to quickly go up for 2 seconds. Just remember, guys, you can take a screenshot. Okay. Pleasure. Okay, so just a reminder, our formula for semicircle. So we're looking at the circumference, 2 pi r times half. Naledi, today or our last lesson? Okay, if you have answers for A, let me see it. Today, the measurement, we just went through how to work out the perimeter or the circumference of semicircles, quarter circles. We've looked at triangles, and now we're just combining the shapes. Okay, so to work out the perimeter of the shape, we need to work out the round or curved section, which is half a circle. Half a circle, we use the same formula for circumference, but we just times by half because it's half a circle. So I'm going to say 2 times by pi is equal to 3,142 times the radius. Okay, so we know that the diameter is 4 centimeters. Okay, from that edge of the circle to that edge is 4. So radius is half of that. So 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So our radius is 2 centimeters and we times by half. I'm not adding the diameter because that is on the inside of the shape. Perimeter only wants the outside. Okay, and that means the curved section of this shape is equal to 6,284 centimeters. Okay, so that gives me the curved part. Now to work out the perimeter, I add the other side. So I'm going to say perimeter is equal to 6,284 plus 6 plus 4 plus another 6, which gives you 22,28 centimeters. Nice, Jimmy. Any questions with this shape? Okay, so B, we have combined a square and a triangle, a right angle triangle. So if we have a look, can we agree that just this part of our square is 12 centimeters, making the base of our triangle 5 centimeters because we're splitting that 17 centimeters up. Okay, so the base of our triangle is 5 and the other side of our square is 12. Based on the given information, this side of the triangle is also 12. So that means we are missing our hypotenuse. So we need to do some Pythag first so we can get that side and then we can work out the perimeter of this shape. Okay, yes. So those of you struggling with network and load shedding, Hugo has uploaded the link to our previous lessons. So you can look through all of those to help you for your tests and just to catch up on what we did today. So you'll be able to find last week's lessons, all the lessons we've done on measurements so far. Okay, so just look out for Hugo's link. Okay, so to recap, this whole side is equal to 17, but we need to know we want to know what side is of the triangle so that we could use Pythag. So if it's 17 and we know that this side is 12, that means the base of our triangle must be 5. We split it in, well, not half, but into the two shapes there. So 5 for the triangle and 12 for the square parts of the shape, but that whole side is equal to 17. Okay, so let's look at so technically, our triangle looks like this. If I take it away from that square, we have 5 centimeters on this side. We do not know what this side is equal to, and we know that this side is equal to 12. Using Pythagoras, we say c squared is equal to 5 squared plus 12 squared, which gives you 169 square root c is equal to 13. Okay. So I know that this side is now equal to 12. So to work out the perimeter, I'm going to take this side over here, which is 17 plus, I've just worked out this side of the triangle, which is 12, plus 12 on this side, plus 12 at the bottom. So perimeter is equal to 54 centimeters. Nice, nice. See, you guys are getting the hang of this.